comment from China. Rubio is now clearly more popular than Vance. Vance's attempt to save his career by going on Rogan just made people dislike him more because Vance is basically a commie. So I thought that was what was going to happen. Seeing how Vance's conduct ever since the MOU was signed just made me realize he's fundamentally less of a serious person than I thought he was. Which is not this. I mean, you can have a substantive opinion against with the level of support that the U.S. provides Israel and stuff like that. That's fine. It's just that the analysis was unserious. The way he conducted himself was unserious, and I think a lot of it, like he's exposing himself. I think now, and also he's I think panicking because the one thing he was tasked with doing two things so far in the administration, other than looking pretty and speaking well. One is the anti-fraud department that he's heading. Now, that's a department that he's heading. He's not actually the one finding the fraud. He's less personally involved with that, so I don't think he's going to get a lot of the credit. I think it's doing good work from what I've been able to tell, and some of it presumably is due to his leadership. But I don't think he's going to get as much credit for it as other things. The other thing he was very involved in is the MOU. And we've seen what happened there. And I think he's panicking and he's trying to save himself by throwing Israel under the bus. And I think a lot of people are seeing through this. And the fact that Rubio, for most people, even the people who are pro him, like who prefer him, it's like, okay, we want Vance Rubio 2028. That's basically I've never seen anyone say, I want Vance, but I really don't like Rubio. I don't want Rubio to be part of the ticket. I've seen a lot of people say, I like Rubio, but dear God, keep Vance away. So I think Rubio has an inherent advantage there. And that's because that's before he even started properly running and putting these arguments together. Roman Viking is saying, I think the big problem with the Israel-Palestine conflict is that you have to have an informed opinion, you have to learn history, and most only learn the events which justify their own side. I think that's true of anything. The problem with the Israel-Palestine conflict is, first of all, in general, holding holding an opinion about a complex topic that is in another country, you have to rely on shorthand because you're not going to learn the history of that country and you don't have the experience of living in that country. We've seen this a lot with Iran, right? A lot of, like, we've seen how, I mean, presumably some of you at least saw this. Goldie and Armin both said, wow, seeing how many people get Iran wrong makes me question a lot of what we hear from analysts about other countries that aren't the ones that they live in. And now Israelis have known this for a long time because we're constantly in the news. And basically all of it is either wrong or extremely partial. And when you see that, you see, okay, so we can't trust what these people say about countries that they don't live in.